So the debate today is Sasuke from Naruto versus Kenshiro equal stats. I'm repping Ken. Cool Geek here is repping Sasuke. So you want to start off with Sasuke?
All right, yeah, sure. So I'm gonna argue that Sasuke should be solar system level, scaling off
It's
of.
equal stats.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said equal stats. Yo, sorry. Man,
It's
I'm
fine. Cool.
just sorry. That last debate is just stuck in my head for some reason.
Bad. Anyway, go on. You go ahead. What's your win con?
Okay, so I'm just gonna argue that Sasuke should be able to Okay, so I'm gonna argue that he's gonna use his mind hacks, except it's not normal mind hacks, right? It's layered mind hacks. So like he has the Rinnegan, right? So it's the Rinnegan mind hacks, which should okay. So here's how it goes, right? So the base Genjutsu in Naruto, right? And then
Okay,
there's the base
I think I
Sharingan.
know how it works, right?
All right,
Like,
cool.
like just ocular jutsu, higher ocular jutsu, Mangekyo, EMS, and Renegon, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so in Fist of North Star, anyone with Hokuto Shinken can assimilate the fist of the other person. I've already shown that scan earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kenshiro bite a guy with mind hacks. Another guy with another martial art card called Hokuto Ryuken bodied the shit out of Kenshiro. He adapted to them and bodied the fuck out of them. Uh, that was Kyle. That's a scan I dropped for the guy where his hands were broken.
Yeah.
So he's basically assimilated Kenshiro's fist into his, and then Kenshiro just out adapted and then assimilated his fist into his and bodied Kyle. So like he's already adapted around mind hacks at this point. Also, there's a thing already shown in my debate with Sakura where like he was already immune to like mind hacks, which was just at the start of like post time skip. Also, he's also fought other people before who can also simulate hacks into themselves. Like say his brother Toki and is also his brother Rao. I've already shown like scaling with Rao with the whole with the whole star thing. Because Kenshiro literally shoved his hand through his chest, and that Rao was basically dead. Also, Rao fought Toki. So, and then Kenshiro proceeded to then body Rao twice. The first time around was whenever he like figured out the whole thing with Muso Tensei. That was the video I showed you the other day. That which adapted the manga fight. And then of course like again, Rao dying. That was when Kenshiro beat him again. So yeah, his adaptation is like so extreme that he like has multiple layers of like mind hacks resistance by this point. So
Okay, cool. All right,
sorry,
then.
sorry if I rambled a little bit, but layers of resistance like scales to your skill. But because the amount of skill Kenshiro has, there's a lot to go over. So like he would
Yeah, that's
just
fine.
automatically adapt to the mind hacks, even if it were to work. So
All right, now, okay, now I'm gonna argue that Sasuke would just use his summonings. Since he does have the Rinnegan, right? He should have the animal path, and he should be able to summon. Well, the most important one should be the invisible chameleon thing, and the multi-headed dog that sprouts more heads and gets stronger every time it takes damage. And he should basically just like jump Kenshiro with himself and the summonings.
okay, so tell me, can the summonings handle their skeletons being blown out of their bodies?
The chameleon probably not, but the multi-headed dog has been shown to get like blown up, and then it'll just be like more smaller ones.
Okay, so there's a lot of answers Kenshiro has for this. So Kenshiro can just press the pressure points of the summons. All he has to do is listen to their heartbeat, but because they're larger animals, their heartbeats would just be that much louder. So it'd be really easy for Kenshiro to listen to. He's already demonstrated this when he fought Souther the second time. Uh, but here's the scan for the instant death hacks, where basically like he presses your pressure point, then you die within 3 seconds. So it's in general.
All right, let me
Basically,
look up.
this hack basically just like disintegrates your entire existence after like within like 3 seconds, right? It just this
Okay,
guy he
has he
fought.
ever been
Oh,
shown to use it on a multi-headed dog?
no, but he's fought Souther who has like an altered biology. So like so that's why I brought the thing with the heartbeat, right? Because Souther's like biology is inverted, right? his pressure points are reversed. They're not in the normal sense of pressure points. So he has adapted to people like Souther before, but this was him in his youth. And basically, all he has to do is listen to your heartbeat, and then he'll just find out what your pressure points are at. But because of how large his animals are, he would just listen to the heartbeat much more casually.
Okay, can you prove that dogs have pressure points?
Do you agree that they have joints and anatomy as well as bones?
To some extent, yeah.
Then they have pressure points because they have joints, and also they have bone structure.
Sure, but would they be the same as, say, human pressure points that like disintegrate them? Like, would a dog have a pressure point the same that has the same
work in
function?
the same manner because it's also a bone structure. It just Kenshiro would have to listen to the heartbeat of the dog, which would be really easy to because of the size of the dog.
Okay. And what does this specific pressure point do again? I forgot.
It inflicts instant death manipulation. It doesn't blow your head off, it just kills you from the inside out. Yeah, so let me show you a scan of Kenshiro, like listening to to Souther's heartbeat.
Cool, I was just about to ask for that. Cool.
Okay, so this is Ken discovering Souther's pressure points. Here, let me show you here. Now, here's him talking about Souther's heartbeat. There's also a scan where he got near Souther and listened to his heartbeat. So yeah, fuck it. It'll be fine. I already have it on me. Here. Now let me show you him talking about Souther's altered biology. So okay, so is this fine?
Yeah. Okay.
Also, before you ask on how long you'll take Kenshiro to do it, all he has to do is use Muso Tensei and make himself intangible. So he's also interacted with his brother Rao, who is also intangible. They're both using Muso Tensei on each other. So
Well, for the intangibility, the human path of the Rinnegan allows Sasuke to rip out souls, which should be inherently intangible. So even if Kenshiro's intangible, Sasuke should still be able to fight him and stuff.
oh, and well, in order to get around Muso Tensei, you'd have to have void manipulation. Can Sasuke interact at least on the can Sasuke interact with the void? Excuse me, I'm stuttering.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay. Okay, so when he uses the okay, so is he still intangible when he presses the pressure points, or is it similar to Kamui, where you have to become tangible to attack?
Nope. He hits you while he's intangible.
Okay, can you show scans of that?
It's literally up there, when him fighting Rao. They're both intangible, hitting each other.
Oh, that. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, that's what that scan is. See, they're both using Muso Tensei and they're both hitting each other, right? So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but wouldn't that just be similar to two ghosts being able to fight each other because they're both intangible, so they should both be able to fight each other?
Not exactly, because you can have fighting Heed won't be able to interact with someone who is intangible. Let me go get you the scan of Rao not even be able to touch Kin in their first fight. So.
Alright.
Yeah. Because see, in Fist of North Star, your skill relates to your hacks, right?
Yeah.
So Rao, who can even manipulate souls, right? or can like attack them, wasn't able to like attack Kenshiro, right? In the first fight. Now
Yeah.
I've already dropped the scans about how like it was described as nothingness, right?
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, I just forgot.
Okay, so now let me go drop a scan of like a Ken, like just like passively getting around like Rao.
Yeah.
Also, when you attack people with Muso Tensei, you get passively damaged back by the user of Muso.
All right.
So like you can manipulate souls and you still won't be able to interact with Kenshiro.
Okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go back to the point about like when Kenshiro's intangible because like you said they were like both using Moonsho Tenni or whatever it's called, right?
Yeah,
But
so
wouldn't
tense.
yeah, wouldn't that just be the equivalent though of like two people that are intangible being able to like touch each other and stuff, right? Like for
No.
instance, like okay,
Okay,
why?
so what it is, they're both using Muso Tensei, right? They're both intangible. But
Yeah.
it's the fact that they can both like affect each other.
I mean, sure, but like, okay, here, let me give an example, right? Because uh, Ben 10, right? When he's transformed into Big Chill, right? When he turns intangible, like he usually just like slips through everything. But in one episode, he fought another of like Big Chill's race. I forgot their name, right? But and then they were both able, while they're both intangible, they could like touch each other. But if
Okay.
one of them is intangible and the other one's not, the intangible one just like phases
All right.
through the other one.
Well,
You know what I mean?
hold on. I've already shown you Raul not being able to affect Ken, even though Raul can affect souls because he has fighting ki. And then I've also shown you Raul who finally had Muso Tensei who could finally interact with Ken. So the point is like the point is, right, you can affect souls, but you're still not gonna affect Ken, right? You need to be able to interact with the void, or at least have some degree of void manipulation if you're gonna affect Ken. So like I've already demonstrated that he has like multi-layered resistance or immunity. So
Okay. Hmm. Okay, that's fine. Can he use it on multiple people at once?
anyone who's attacking him will just get passively damaged by the Muso.
Hmm.
Now, whether or not it can affect groups of people at once is not exactly provable, but the argument could be made that Ken could just fight multiple people at once and damage them, since he is currently using Muso. And he actually does use it in character against someone who's like relative to himself, because Ken can gauge how strong you are based off your soul energy, and also your fighting ki, which which we're just going to go with reverse equalization in this case to make it simpler. That like fighting ki would just be similar to chakra, so he would just tell Sasuke would be relative to him. So there's no reason to assume why he wouldn't use Muso Tensei.
Okay. So he should be able to use it on people equal to him and multiple opponents. How about combining those two things and saying, do you think would he be able to use it on multiple people that are equal to him? Because Sasuke's summoning should be equal to himself.
Yeah, he should. People with adaptability adapt to each other every day. So even if Kenshiro wouldn't be able to do it immediately, he'd just be able to do it like literally seconds into the fight. Even if he won't be able to do it immediately. So yes. His skill with his adaptability would just allow him to do so.
Okay. All right. So, I'm just gonna argue that Sasuke should be able to also copy. Crap! I just had a brain fart and forgot your character's name. But Sasuke should be able to copy your character's abilities as well with his Sharingan and his
Okay.
Yin Yang chakra.
That does not work at all. So anyone with Hokuto Shinken can assimilate other fists into theirs, right? Anyone who uses that art. Can't literally state it verbatim. And Rao also uses Hokuto Shinken, right? And Ken bodied Rao.
Hmm. Well, was that due to like just techniques, or was it also an AP thing?
No, it was skill. raw skill. Ken and Rao were like equal, like AP wise. It was whenever Ken whipped out the Muso Tensei. It's when Rao just got like hacked with intangibility.
Okay, can you show them being equal?
Okay, sure. Okay, here's them, like literally just starting the fight. Ken blocks an attack from Rao. And then here's Ken activating the Muso.
Oh snap, that's crazy. I really need to get into Fist of the North Star.
Yeah. Do you remember the video I showed you the other day, like about like Ken fighting Rao?
Yeah, that was great.
Literally the same thing is happening here, except it just adapted the manga.
Yeah.
So, like
All right.
okay, so what other win cons does Sasuke have besides like the summoning?
Okay, so let me see. Let's see. Let me
What
think. Give me a sec.
what about his precognition?
Okay, sure, I could bring that up. Yeah, why not? So Sasuke, he should have, at this point, he should have like massively multi-step precognition because it was shown as early as like when he was a kid, right? Against like Gaara, he had precognition. It was stated that like if he wasn't able to like see Gaara move before Gaara actually moved, he would have been dead. And then in his fight with Naruto, his Naruto had like overcame his precog, but then like Sasuke like evolved his Sharingan and then was able to see Naruto with his precog again, multiple moves in advance. So it went from like his precog not working at all to like being multiple steps in advance.
Okay.
And then as he advances his ocular powers, it would logically follow that his precog also gets better.
Okay, so Kenshiro has precognition of his own, again because of power mimicry that just made precognition his own power. He fought a guy named the Colonel. Here. Here's the first skin. And basically the Colonel is a guy who has supernatural powers. And that basically his ability to like precog people basically like works on people stronger than them, and they can't actually scale above like the Colonel made P bat point. But he couldn't affect the Colonel because he was getting precog, right? So then immediately he just adapted to the precognition by like erasing his presence. Okay. And then right after that, the Colonel like erased his presence to adapt back to Kenshiro, but Kenshiro still bodied him, right? And then now, if you recall, other users of Hokuto Shinken assimilate other fists into their own. So people like Rao would just like automatically like power mimic Ken to have precog of his own, and then that would also extend to his brother Toki, and then that would also again extend back to Rao, because him and Rao fought multiple times, and they're both users of Hokuto, right? I've already shown you like Rao being able to use Muso Tensei, so
Yeah.
so like he would also have massively multi-step precognition. Now this is Ken before the several year time skip. Ken in this several year time skip is at least multiple times stronger, which would also extend to his skill and his hacks. So and this is the Ken I am using with seals released. So this Ken would also have multi-step precognition. Not to mention he'd just be immune to it himself. So
All right.
okay, so but what else does Sasuke have? Like like
All right.
like what are you gonna argue? Like Susanoo?
Not sure. Give me a sec.
Okay. Because we can go down the Susanoo real quick.
Nah, not yet. Let me see.
Okay. That's cool.
Oh, obviously. Okay, wait. Okay. I should have brought this up way earlier, but I'm gonna argue Rinnegan chakra stealing ability, or in this case, key stealing or whatever, since you
Okay.
said it was verse equalization in play.
Okay, so Ken has already fought Kaio, in that Kaio's evil ki could not drain his ki. Like, because his seals released whenever he fought Kaio the final time, his ki could not drain Kenshiro's. So let me go get the scan of like evil ki draining no, excuse me, evil ki draining Kenshiro's ki. So
Alright.
and then I've already showed you the scan again. Kenshiro broke Kaio's hands. So
Yeah.
yeah, Kenshiro has like a lot of things you have to get into whenever you like debate him. So it'd be easier if like both people knew about like Kenshiro to like make things simpler, but not a lot of people know how to like skill him. So okay, now let me go find see where. Okay, so damn it, come on. Hold on, let me. I'm trying to find the scans right now, but like Google's being annoying. So
Alright.
okay. Where oh where is my scans? Where oh where is my scans? Damn it. I'll just have to try to find it in my folder. Give me a second. This will
Alright.
probably take a minute. Okay. Okay, so let me go find. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, here's Kyle talking about Evil Key. Sorry, it took me a second. My scans are like all over the place. So here you go.
Alright, let me read that real quick.
Now let me show you a scan of seals released Ken fighting Kaio. So I have a lot of scans. Holy crap.
Dang, you're turning into cyber. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not wrong. I kind of taught him to be that way. Not gonna lie. Okay, now let me go find this scan. Fucking. Oh god, this is annoying now. Find. Uh. Okay, here you go. Ken also can re-energize himself while I was fighting, but here's him fighting Kyle, and like Kyle cannot drain his ki because his seals were released. So
Alright, let me read that.
do you want me to drop scans for like Kenshiro's seals being released, or am I fine?
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Alright, that's fine then.
Yeah. So So and okay. So also since he also has power mimicry, he could also just also like steal Sasuke's power while they're fighting as well. So
Okay. Well, let me think about that one.
dude, all it takes is like maybe like one fight. Cause like there's this guy named Shu that he fought, and like he only threw like 1 or 2 attacks, right? And Ken just took his martial art and threw it back at him, including the powers of that martial art. And like he does this in character too against other people when he fights. So like if Ken really couldn't do anything about Sasuke, he would just take his chakra. So
Hmm. Okay, yeah, he probably would be able to copy that. All right, then that's fine.
okay, so like but what else does Sasuke have? Do we want to go over Susanoo?
Hold on. Okay, this is a little bit of a weird one. I haven't argued this before. Has Kenshiro ever had to hold on? Okay, so has he ever had to adapt around mind reading?
He adapted around a guy who tried mind hacking him and became immune to it, so technically yes.
Hmm.
Also, he's fought his brothers before, who assimilate his own skills. Because remember, he fights his brothers multiple times, so technically he already has.
All
Not to
right.
mention, he's also immune to a guy who tried precugging him and it didn't work. So
Alrighty then. All right, sure. Let's bring out the good old Susanoo. I'm pretty sure you already know the gist about it.
yeah, okay. So you're gonna use your perfect Susanoo, okay? I'm fine with that. Kenshiro fought a guy who is immune to martial arts, and all he did was just simply use one of his techniques, and then he just got around the guy who was immune to martial arts. Right? That's one thing he used. Right? Let me go find that skin. Uh, here. This guy is called the Kung Fu Killer because Kung Fu does not work on his body.
All right.
Okay, so here, let me show you a skin of this guy. Now, let me show you skins of Kenshiro bullying the shit out of this boy. Here. And then even if you were to say that wouldn't work, he also does have Nanto Seiken because he's fought a guy named Shin, and that basically Nanto Seiken, right, is basically durability negation, and he's fought multiple users of Nanto Seiken.
Okay.
Also, she was also one of the practitioners of it. So Kenshiro is basically already mastered the 108 schools of Nando Seiken. So even if you were to say he couldn't just use a technique to get around the Susanoo, he could use Nando Seiken and just break through it passively.
Okay. No. Okay. I have one argument that I think is going to be pretty interesting. All right. So, does Ken? Okay. So, how does Kenshiro interact with fire that's equal to him? That will just stay on him and burn him for
He's immune to fire.
So he's immune to fire even if it's equal to him in AP.
Yes.
Can you prove that?
Yes, I can. Hold on. Fire works on anyone in Fist the North Star. You can tell because even strong characters, uh, in the verse, like wonder if they're even affected by fire, and then later find out, yeah, they aren't. So it's like that. So that statement, or like something like that in general, kind of already proves that like fire would affect anyone in the verse, unless they have some form of resistance that they like can prove. So let me go find that scan. Holy fuck! Hold on. This is annoying as hell. Okay, here it is. But like fire would be like the ultimate no limits fallacy in Fist and North Star, and then Kenshiro's just immune to it. So
That's so funny. That's hilarious.
yeah, so like Amaterasu just wouldn't work on Ken.
That's hilarious. Imagine being star level and getting owned by basic fire. That's so funny.
Yeah, so like fire would work on anyone in the verse, right? Works on anyone, right? But Ken's just immune to the fire. He just walks through it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let me gather my thoughts because I think that's actually hilarious.
It kind of is, not gonna lie.
Hold on, I'm looking through my scans. I'm not a very good sauce tard.
Okay, so you want to try the Chidori next?
um, I mean, that sounds like a very bad idea, but sure, let's go for it anyway. Let's go. He just pulled out the Chidori, like, yeah.
Okay, same thing for the fire. Electricity does not work on Ken. He just bends bars that are also like electrified. Like it wasn't even working on him in the first place. Let me go find that scan.
Alright.
I have it around here somewhere. Hold on. This is around the time where like Kenshiro like pulled like a fucking ninja and he like beat everything to death with like nunchucks. It was around that time. Let me go find this again.
Alright.
Okay. Okay, now where's that electric fence stuff? Okay, this is annoying the crap out of me. Where's my electric fence scans? These are hilarious. Sorry, this is taking a minute, but my scans are like all over the place. So,
That's fine. It's
uh,
giving me more time to scroll through my scans.
yeah, it's cool. Okay, here's the popular one, the electric fence. Here it is. Okay, so okay, there we go. He's immune to electricity. So
Alright, cool. Alright. Does he have resistance to subjective reality manipulation?
It depends. Like, how does subjective reality work for the Sharingan?
Okay, so all right, so it was okay, so it was shown. Well, it was stated that the Sharingan has at least basic forms of subjective reality. It's linked to what the Sage of Six Paths had, and so Sasuke should not only have the basic form that the Sharingan have, but he should also have the same one as the Sage of Six Paths, because the entire reason Sasuke has like his broken Rinnegan abilities is because the Sage
Okay.
gave them to him, right? So it was stated that the Sage of Six Paths can use his subjective reality on someone pretty much just by wishing it. He was able to use this. Now, this is sort of weird on why this is still the same ability, but whatever. He was able to use it to like split the 10 tails into the 9 separate tailed beasts. So he can just use it on other people and like he can, and it was shown that he can, like, the entire thing that Izanagi like made his debut is it can turn reality into fantasy, so he should just be able to turn Kenshiro into a fantasy.
Okay. Does it work on a guy using void manipulation? Like, specifically Muso Tensei?
I'm not sure. Let me look through my stuff, see if I have anything for that.
Because I guarantee you it does not exist.
Speaking of which, for the record, void manipulation is retarded.
All right. Oh yeah, by the way, he would just like precog like Sasuke using his hacks. So like he would just use spatial manipulation on Sasuke and fuck with his sense perception.
I mean, what would messing with his sense of perception really do? I mean, like, Might Guy warped space against, like, Madara, and Madara had, like, regular Rinnegan, not even, like, a special Rinnegan like Sasuke, and he was like, whoa, Guy's bending space, that's cool. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because this spatial manipulation was like somewhat working on Ken, uh, and that his brother like Hyo was using it against him, who scaled to Ken in both AP and skill.
I mean, wouldn't that just be like a perception anti-feat for what's his name? Not necessarily like proving it works.
No.
Like it's still spatial manipulation. Like it's like it only works by
Right,
messing
but
with
here's
space.
how it works, right? It's simply bending space around your perception, right? It means it's fucking with your brain.
Oh, so it'd be more of a mind hack.
Not necessarily, no. It's more like a mind / spatial manipulation. See, what it's doing is it actually is warping space around you, but it's fucking with your brain, right? It's messing with your sense perception by warping space around.
So wait, it's messing with your senses.
Okay. Here, let me show you a scan. Okay, so it's being fired at you, right? Here's the bottom scan. You're contained within this little sphere where it just fucks with your sense perception, right? You can't even tell that you're being inside of a sphere. And Kenshiro just uses his centrifugal force to like get around it. So that's literally just him adapting to spatial manipulation. Because of his power mimicry, he's already like mimicked it into his own powers by then. It's like he could just use spatial manipulation to fuck with Sasuke.
Let me read that real quick.
Here, want me to like go send you the manga chapter?
Sure.
Oh, alright, here, and I'll go find the manga chapter while you read those scans. So, but basically, like, it's firing this like warp space around you, right? You're contained within this space. However, this space is fucking with your mind, right? That's what that little circle around Kenshiro is.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go find the chapter. 185, hopefully.
Oh wait, okay. So I think I understand. So it's it's trapping them in a little like pocket dimension, so to speak, right? And like it has this weird physics that like the space is like warping, and then like their senses get thrown on off because of that.
Yeah. And
That's
that
easy.
works
Sasuke
against
should be
people who
able
are equal
to.
to them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Sasuke should just be able to just like escape with his like Rinnegan abilities.
And he's out adapted people who can adapt to him. I've already shown you him fighting Rao.
Sure, but what kind of like adaption do you like? Was it like specifically like leaving it via like the same like space time manip that like Sasuke has?
Well, no, he just used centrifugal force because he held himself together because he's already adapted to the martial art he was up against by that point.
Okay, that's cool. So I'll just argue that if he uses the like that, then he's adapted to something like it's something like someone escaping, but it's different than what Sasuke will do. So I'll argue like Sasuke's escape will still like work because it works differently than what Kenshiro's used to.
Well, he's already been fighting Sasuke by that point, and it's not a last resort that Kenshiro uses. This is something he'll just use in the fight once he knows his like the Rinnegan and copies his abilities. So like he's already adapted to Sasuke by that point. So like, can you prove he can like out adapt someone who's like out adapted people who've adapted to him?
Hmm. I mean, hmm. I could try
Okay.
something like that. Okay, so I can just argue that Kakashi should have learned everything about Sasuke and copied all his abilities with Kakashi Sharingan, and then Sasuke later on like adapts and then like outdoes Kakashi and
Okay.
in like all
Okay. So here, let
mannerisms.
me put it this way. How do you know combat application is relative to theoretical, like to application? All right. Because sure, you can understand someone's abilities, but can you use them to the same extent that they did, skill wise.
Actually, in the case of like Sharingan users, yeah, Sasuke, he didn't even fully like. Okay, so he copied Rock Lee's taijutsu, not even by saying it. Like in the words of Kakashi, he told Sasuke about Lee's taijutsu and told him to like imagine it. And then in the next like scene, it was like flashback to like Sasuke's fight with Gaara again. It was like flashing back to that, and then he
Okay.
like had Lee's exact moves like just as good as Lee had them. I can even argue a little bit better because
Okay.
like his innate abilities.
Okay, but here's the chapter. It's 193. You're gonna be looking late into the chapter once Kenshiro like stops like the pressure points that like that Demon Hero is trying to push, and then their fight also like starts the next chapter over. This helps you like explain like how the special limit works. So basically, right? Again, that just wouldn't really scale to Ken because he's already shown to have the highest level adaptation like in his youth. This was before this several year time skip where he was multiple times more powerful and multiple times more skilled. And even then, when he's got beat to death by basically Kyle, he just like adapted to Kyle. This was shown when he fought Hyo. All right. And then he
Hmm.
beat Hyo, and then his seals were released, which means he was basically immune to everything, like in the verse at that point, like hacks wise, like even adaptation wise. And then he just bodied Kyle. So
Hmm.
so like that just wouldn't even scale anywhere near like Kenshiro's ability to adapt.
All right, let me think. Okay, but wait, has Kenshiro ever been shown to adapt to someone without even directly seeing them, just by like imagining them?
He scales above Sachi, who did that. He
Okay,
has
can
more
you provide
skills.
examples?
Yes, actually I can. So Sachi was watching Kenshiro fight Han when like he couldn't even see like Han throwing his punches. Okay. I'll get you scans so like Ken fighting Han, and then like Sachi watching their fight. So give me a second.
All right.
Because he scales above other people who also can do this stuff. So let me go get that scan. Okay, so here is him, like verbatim, like fighting Han. Sachi didn't scale anywhere near them by that point. No. Okay. And this is like shown verbatim because Sachi kind of implies that he cannot even fuck with Rao, who scales below Kenshiro by this point. Here's another scan for like Ken fighting Han, for consistency. Get you another scan. And here's like Han like scaling to Ken, like saying verbatim, "There's no difference in our fists." It's another scan. Here's another scan for consistency. Basically, Sachi praising Ken. Or excuse me, Sachi. Hopefully, I said that right. Uh,
Okay, but wouldn't you agree that whatever his name is was still
Sachi.
some like sensing the guy who he copied?
Well, no. Basically, what it is that during the fight, he couldn't even see Han's fist, right? But later on, throughout the fight, he adapted to Han's speed, and that Ken just scales above Sachi because he like scales like above Kyle. And I've already shown you scans for like him scaling above Kyle because he broke Kyle's fucking hands. So
Hmm.
okay,
All right, let me
let me
see.
put this right. Like adaptation in Fist of North Star is universal, right? It's not specific. It's
Yeah, sorry about that. I got just kicked out of the VC for no reason. Okay. All right. Give me like a few seconds. Okay then. All right. I don't really have anything for that. Let me see if I could think of.
where is this scan at? This is, oh god, this is so aggravating. Okay, hold on. Okay. And then here's Sachi being able to perceive them being able to like throw punches by then. Okay,
All right.
here's the Sachi scans I was talking about.
Okay. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Now, this is more so just me wanting to test out Fist of the North Star. Um, does Kenshiro have resistances against being drowned?
They won't even work on him to begin with because he's using Muso Tensei.
Hmm. Okay.
I think I already dropped this scan, but basically, here's a scan talking about like a Han saying how no one could like even be able to like reach his fist by then. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, here's that scan too. So, yeah, I've already dropped it. Never mind. I'll still just keep it there. Okay, so what does Sasuke have for Kenshiro?
Let me check. I'm
Because
scrolling.
I think I got around like about everything. Because projectiles won't work. Kenshiro would just grab the projectile and throw it back. There's literally like a Hokoto martial art that just chucks the projectile back at like equal speeds. So like projectiles are like fodder. It's like Shuriken just wouldn't do jack whatsoever. So
All right, give me a little bit longer. I'm almost done scrolling.
also, while they're fighting, even if I were to say that like Sasuke's existence wouldn't be erased, Ken could just like disable nerves in his body. Now, let me get you some more scans of what I was talking about before. Okay. Okay, now let me go find some more scans. Oh, so here's another scan talking about Kenshiro's aura from before.
All Okay, wait. What was that? One nerve point you made? I want to address that. I don't
Yeah,
have any more
basically, like
breakdowns,
the
by the way.
argument I made was like even if like Kenshiro wouldn't be able to like erase Sasuke's existence, he could just disable the nerves in his body.
Okay, did I already mention the resistance to existence ratio? Did I already bring that?
You mentioned truth seeking orbs, but Kenshiro's skill with it would just upscale above what you've given me, so it'd just be a moot point.
Hmm. Okay, so you're saying even if Sasuke has like resistances to existence erasure, he would like Kenshiro would just be like better with existence erasure, and he would still like erase
Basically,
Sasuke.
whatever ability Sasuke would have, Kenshiro would just use better, right? It's basically just a better version of Sasuke, but without the emo shit.
All right, hold
And also, even like if Sasuke were to just throw projectiles, Kenshiro would just grab him and just chuck him at his eye. So like it just wouldn't work. There's really nothing Sasuke can do to Ken. So
let me see. So you're saying if Sasuke has a certain resistance, Ken would just like upscale like his own
his
like
skill would just literally scale above Sasuke's resistance because he's fought people with resistances before and just got around them. And that was just a weaker Ken who was nowhere near as skilled as he was with Seal's release several years after that.
Okay, can you show that happening but with like existence erasure specifically?
Skill and Fist of the North Star is universal. All I had to do is just show you scans of Ken fighting people stronger than like him whenever he fought Rao. And I've already did that.
Okay.
I've even showed you the scan with Sachi. So like I have already like proven my arguments, all my arguments. So
Okay. Okay. All right then. So I'm just gonna argue that like Sasuke's resistance to existence ratio would be sort of similar, because when he fought against like Madara and Madara's existence erasure, then like he fought against like Naruto, whose like skill with the existence erasure should be better than Madara's, and then Sasuke was still able to sort of resist it.
well, I've already argued my adaptation above whatever you were trying to argue before, but also Kenshiro tried existence erasure against Kaio. It didn't work in the first fight. That's literally his ass got fucking bodied. And then the second time around, he just bodied the shit out of Kaio. So like even if it were to not work initially, like Ken would just resort to some other win con. But even then, right? Like his adaptation would just scale above Sasuke's resistances.
All right. Um. All right. Give me a sec.
Let me get you a scan of like Kenshiro using Muso Tensei on Kaio and it failing.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go find that scan. Also, here's a placeholder image to let you masturbate while I get that image. Anyway, I'm not fucking around. Let me go get it scanned. Alright. Okay, here's him using Muso and like it not working. Like he literally saw through like Kenshiro's void manipulation and just punched through it simply because he just scaled above Kenshiro that much at that point. Also, he was dreading Kenshiro's ki with his own evil ki. So that was in their first fight. Now let me show you. Now let me show you another scan of their second fight because I keep bringing that up. So okay, here's another scan. There you go. So like, what does Sasuke have against Ken?
Um. Let me think.
I think you've tried everything possible.
Yeah, I definitely don't have any more win cons. Let me see if I might be able to resist this. Hold on.
He's already adapted to Sasuke at this point, and like I've already like shown you like all of Kenshiro's skill. So like you have to demonstrate to me that someone in Naruto has like skill of that level of like penis.
Hold on, I'm working on it. Okay, so yeah, all right. So, okay, give me like 30 seconds. I've never made this argument before. I need to formulate
Sure,
it real quick.
go for it. Actually, I need to go pee real quick. I'll give you a minute to prepare.
All right, cool. Oh yeah, since there is this little gap of silence, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
I know, right? Anyway, I'm back.
All right, cool. All right,
Okay,
so I've formulated this argument quarterly decently, I guess. So the argument that I'm about to use is that since Sasuke can use subjective reality to negate any damage done onto him, and since existence erasure does exist in the world of Naruto, and it was stated that he can use Izanagi to erase like all damage.
Okay, hopefully it's working.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I had to change the server region. So anyway, we're back. Since I'll just like cut like I'll just like cut some of the audio out where like there's nothing going on. So anyway, so back to the point I was making before. Like moving on to why like I would argue subjective reality wouldn't work because one, like he's already adapted to Sasuke at this point, and two, he's already taken Sasuke's hacks into his own. So
Okay. Okay, so this is the okay, so the thing I wanted specifically to bring up about this scenario is this is Sasuke using subjective reality on himself in order to make the damage null. I don't know if I even like fully made this argument yet, but so this argument in specific is like Sasuke uses subjective reality in order to just like um, turn all the damage that he gets done into fiction, right? So like say he gets like say existence erased, right? He can come back via Izanagi spam and just like not die basically.
okay, does it work on void manipulation?
Um I mean I don't see a reason that it wouldn't. It's stated to
Okay, look. All right, I'll steelman, right? Instead, I've already proven as to how like Kenshiro can assimilate like other abilities into his own. I've already shown that before. So I'll just simply argue that like Kenshiro would just use Sasuke's like subjective reality because like he has power mimicry, which would also extend the powers being used on him. So like he would just use like he would just power mimic Sasuke's subjective reality, Ken slot Sasuke's subjective reality. Okay, and then after that he just
wait,
spins
wait, can
off
you
Sasuke.
repeat that? Someone in my background's being kind of loud.
It's fine. So, okay, so I'll go back to the power mimic thing I said before. So, Kenshiro, he's already copied Sasuke's powers by this point. You agreed to that, right?
Yeah, part of them, yeah.
Okay, so he would just use Sasuke's subjective reality against him and just cancel out Sasuke's subjective reality.
Well, I don't know about that. Like, I said, like, he'd have, like, some of Sasuke's powers. I don't know that he'd be able to copy the subjective reality. I don't think he's shown anything, like similar to copying subjective
Okay,
reality, like, specifically.
okay. Do you agree that Kenshiro has a massive skill gap on Sasuke?
I don't know about massive, but there definitely is one present, yeah.
Okay, well, there's a large enough skill gap that I've already proven. Whether or not you agree to it, it's secondhand. But basically, uh, his skill would just be so much above Sasuke's that it just wouldn't matter. So and if you want to like beat Kenshiro, you'd have to upscale your skill
Oh, wait,
even more.
repeat that, I accidentally misclicked. Hold on, repeat that.
Okay, so whether or not you actually agreed to like how much of a skill gap Kenshiro has on Sasuke is completely secondhand to me because I've already proven that he has a massive skill gap advantage on Sasuke. All right. Because Kenshiro's skill is that much about Sasuke's, Sasuke's subjective reality wouldn't work because Kenshiro would just power mimicry the subjective reality, and because the extent of his skill with the Koto Shinken would just overwrite Sasuke's subjective reality. Okay.
Um,
Like if you're
Well,
gonna like
I'd
argue
argue the
around,
subjective reality isn't really a skill-based thing that can be copied. I'd argue it's more so due to his DNA more so. Has Ken ever been shown to be able to like copy people's like DNA?
not exactly DNA, but martial arts related to their bloodline. Yeah, he's fought Rao.
Wait, what about their bloodline? Sorry, I missed that.
Okay, so Rao and Toki wield the Power Fist. All right, it's related to their bloodline. Kenshiro fought Kaio. Right, he bodied Kaio. He fought Rao. He beat him twice. All right. Toki fought Rao. He beat the fuck out of him. All right. So
Um,
like, well, yes.
well, you said it's related to their bloodline. What does that mean exactly? Because like I can argue like the gentle fist is
Okay.
related to the Hyuga's bloodline, but it's not exactly something inherent to it per se.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the blood. Well, excuse me. Certain martial arts are tied to certain bloodlines, right? Kind of like how in Naruto, kind of like how in Naruto, no one else has the Byakugan besides the Hyuga clan.
Yeah.
Same thing for the Power Fist and Fist of North Star.
Okay, can you show that?
Yeah, let me show you. All I need to do is show you scans of like Toki fighting Rao. So let me go find that. Here, that's it. That's all I need to drop.
All right, let me read that real quick.
Basically, this is like literally right after like Toki initiated like his own use of the Power Fist. And the Power Fist is just one extension of like a Hokoto Shinken. However, Ken isn't able to use it by that point because he's not related to like Rao and Toki by blood. It was only by fighting Rao that he could actually have the Power Fist.
But wait, where is it stated that that ability is like only granted to those who's like related to them, or like not even like granted, like it's only like in their DNA, basically.
Okay, so let me show you. Okay, all I need to do is like then show you just like Rao's use of the Power Fist. Okay, here's Toki countering Rao.
Let me read that real quick.
Now, let me show you another scan where it states verbatim that it's in this blood. It's the same blood as yours that flows within me and gave me this kung fu. So it's basically stating verbatim that because they're blood brothers, they can use the Power Fist.
Dang. All right. All right.
Now, mind you, this wasn't a complete Power Fist because Toki was sick, but him in his prime actually does scale above Rao. But this is still enough to prove my argument, though. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
be
I
dishonest
see.
about it. Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
So, like, what else does Sasuke have?
Um. Actually, I don't think he has anything left. All right. You shall harvest my concession. I concede.
All right, GG, good debate.
Yeah, GG. That was fun.